Now, the details on this model aren't at the level you'd expect from modern kits. Everything is very soft and gentle, which makes the hard-edged mold lines really stick out. So we went around the whole thing with craft knives and scalpels, scraping them off and recarving some of the detail that was softened out around them. Whatever red paint was slathered on to get good coverage over the black primer was pretty chunky, so we hit all of those areas with some fine grain sandpaper. There were also a couple of areas that had obviously taken some knocks, so we gap filled them with superglue and sand and filed them smooth. After that, everything got a nice warm soapy bath and a gentle scrub down to remove any stubborn dust and loose paint. Also, FYI, Steve's not the kind of person to dry things off with a hairdryer, aka a normal person. No, he uses a heat gun. Look at that thing glow! I'm amazed it didn't melt the whole model. It certainly made the studio smell pretty toxic though. Fun, thanks Steve. Prime time! And even though Louis gave us carte blanche to paint this Gargant however we wanted, we thought that just giving it a classic goth scheme, but with a glow up, would be the way forward. And with that in mind, we reprimed the whole thing with a few different paints. Matte black from the Colourforge for the bulk of it, but having such a massive model be just plain black would be pretty bland, so we gave it some colourful underpainting to work up from. This rust effect paint will also add some super subtle surface texture, giving it a more realistic metal look on the big surfaces. We also sprayed up from the underside with this Army Painter purple spray paint, and then used our pal Mikey's signature colour, Reliquary Red, to add some warm vibrancy on top to counter that purple. Reassembled indoors again, and you can see that this is a way more interesting, colourful place to start working from than just a boring old black prime. These colours will mostly be covered up because we'll be painting in pretty transparent layers, so these undertones will hopefully shape the overall look of the model. We drew up a plan of action for our different colours, basing our reference on this, the classic Codex Orcs from 2nd edition Warhammer 40k, which actually features the Gargant on the cover art, hidden in plain sight in the chaotic background.